Hi everyone, it's Baasit Siddiqui here. Thanks for visiting this video. So I've created this video, Siddiqui Skills, just in the run up to the holidays. But if I'm honest, this video can be used throughout the whole school year. It's been created to give young people an idea of different challenges, different skills that they can develop outside of the class. So when I say skills, I'm referring to those essential life skills: communication, creativity, thinking outside the box. There's a little bit of entrepreneurship thrown in there as well, but it's really giving you the opportunity to think about those different skills that we use all the time that will really benefit you when you decide to move into the world of work or further or higher education as well. So before we get started with my 24 different challenges, and it'd be amazing for you to get involved in all of them, uh, please can I remind you that there is an opportunity to get a well done message from me and have your ideas shared on my social channels. So that would be on Instagram and Twitter and YouTube, which roughly works out at a following of 300,000 people. So if you want to get a nice bit of exposure and a bit of a personal well done from me, then please do submit your ideas to baasitsiddiqui.com/skills. Okay, so without further ado, let's go through my list of 24 challenges. Number one, write a blog with a call to action. So your blog can be about anything that you choose it to be about, but the main thing is that you promote a product, service, or topic by finishing the blog or throughout the blog having a call to action. And all that basically means is if you like this blog, if you like this topic, then check out this site or click on this link. That's what a call to action is. So it's giving you that creative skills, that creative writing skills, but also developing your business and marketing skills. Number two, create a beginner's step-by-step guide for a hobby, interest, or skill you could teach more about to other people who are less skilled than you. So this could be absolutely anything. Remember that we are all beginners at something, and you will know something a little bit better than everyone else. So share that in a beginner's guide. Examples could include how to play a certain computer game, how to start a particular sport, if you're particularly aware of certain things in a certain subject, you can add those to a beginner's guide. So think about your audience, but we've all got a beginner's guide in us. Number three, create a music jingle from scratch using Google Chrome Music Lab. So this is a free website. So if you search Google Chrome Music Lab, you can have some fun creating some really interesting tunes, putting them all together. You can then download the file, or you can send me a link of the file so we can hear your jingle. Now I have put there, give it a suitable title. So I really want you thinking about who is this jingle for? Is it atmospheric? Is it a little bit scary? Is it a little bit funny? Is it a little bit fun? Think about the actual style and genre of the jingle and give it a sensible title. Number four, create and or record a script for a pilot. So a pilot means the first episode of a podcast. You can choose the genre, style, and guests. Upload the script, the recording, or both. So I really wanted to get everyone involved in this. If you don't feel like recording the audio or you wouldn't feel confident doing that, that's absolutely fine. Write the script of what that first episode would look like. Would it be funny? Would it be true crime? Would it be serious? Would it be silly? Have some fun with this one. Number five, with adult support, find old and unused items around the house and sell them on sites such as Vinted or eBay. Think about the costs and online safety when trying this challenge. That's why I wanted to make sure that you just get some adult permission and adult supervision with this one. Please don't go around your house selling things that shouldn't be sold. Seek permission and get that account sorted with an adult too. But this is just developing those entrepreneurial skills, you just learning how to sell items at a young age, and maybe that is something that you can pursue in the future. So number six, BBC Bite Size. If you visit them and search for how to write a review, then I'd like you to choose a film, a book, or maybe even a TV show, song, or food to review. So it's all about developing those skills to actually review a product or a service or a show. You've got to try and be critical, but also a little bit fair as well. So that's a nice little test for you to try. Number 7. Using apps like iMovie, Google Photos, or Movie Maker, or any other video editing app. It'd be fantastic to see you try and create a stop motion animation. So think about Wallace and Gromit, where they take photos step by step by step and create an animation from it. I've seen some fantastic things before with plasticine, with Lego, with kind of toy figures. So have some fun with this one. If you haven't got technology, you can still get involved. You may have come across flip books where you get 30 odd pieces of paper, draw a scene step by step in each piece of paper, and then put it all together, and when you flick the book it creates a little animation. A lot of fun to be had there. Number 8. Write a short story and record yourself reading it out loud. Send the audiobook story to the link below. So really, obviously, I'd love to see how creative you are with your short story, but this is more about your audible reading an audiobook. When it comes to content, audiobooks are massive these days, and oracy, verbal skills, speaking skills are such a brilliant tool. So practicing that, knowing when to pause, knowing when to add a little bit of a tone to your voice or a little bit of seriousness to your voice is a real skill. So practicing it now at a young age is a fantastic tool, and it'll help you loads in the future. Number 9, a little bit different this one, but it's an absolutely fantastic resource. It's a massive link there, you'll notice, but if you search Google free course, there's loads of free courses that help you to develop your marketing skills, kind of your digital literacy, and it's all aimed at people who are early in their careers but also looking to start businesses. I still think at your age, whether you are in secondary school or in college or maybe even younger, it's never too early to start this. Sign up. Probably if you are in primary or early secondary school, do get some permission to sign up to Google. It's all free, but just don't want you doing it without any permission as well. Number 10, this is getting real creative now. Write a letter to yourself 10 years in the future. Make sure you sign and date it with today's date. Then take a photo of it when you're finished. Explain what your current hobbies and interests are and what you hope to do in the future. Then you can revisit it in 10 years' time, or just keep revisiting it year on year. See if you're on track, if things have changed. And it's just an interesting thing to look at as the years go by. Number 11. With adult support again, visit investopedia.com/simulator and learn about the stock market and trading in this virtual game. So you may have come across investing and trading and stocks. Full transparency, investing in stocks is something that I'm always very cautious of. But the reason why I suggested this is because you don't use any real money. It's all pretend. It's almost like a game. But it's helping you to learn the language and the stock investment industry. So it might be something that you can explore in the future. You might realize that you're really bad at it and just want to stay away from it. But at the very least, you're learning a little bit about how that world of investment works. Number 12. Now, again, I want to keep everyone involved in this, so that's why I said draw a landing page for your own website. You can do it digitally as well, which would be brilliant, but we want to get everyone involved, so feel free to draw it and then take a photo and then send it over. So it's about creating a fun-looking, engaging landing page. You can choose the topic and style, but again, inspiration from your favorite websites. So a landing page is kind of like your home page. It's the one that's getting people interested in you, your site, your product, your service. It's got to be big, it's got to be bold. Look at some fun examples. I always suggest Stephen Bartlett's website is always quite a good one to look at. So just look at a couple of examples and see what you think, and see if you can make an interesting landing page idea. Okay, number 13. Write out a business proposal for a small business. Calculate setup costs, what you charge for your product or service, and estimate your first year's profits. Really think about this one. How much would it cost for rent? How much would it cost for bills? Do you have to buy stock and then sell that stock? What kind of business would you create? And then who knows, in a couple of years you might start just slowly but surely creating this business. That's the hope, that you start to think like an entrepreneur. Okay, 14. Develop your active listening skills. Now, active listening is a really powerful tool. If you can learn to properly listen to people and show interest, that just helps you to network more, build stronger relationships with people, and really it does help you to succeed as well. But it is a skill, it needs to be learned. So a fun way to get started with this is the idea of a story chain. So in groups of 3 or 4, one of you starts a story by saying one sentence that starts the story. You then go in a circle, in a loop, adding to that story one sentence at a time. It just helps you to develop your listening skills as you listen to different characters throughout the story and bring them back in. It is a skill and you'll get so much from it. Okay, number 15. On paper, bullet point chapters for your own fiction book. So don't write the fiction book, but write the plan for it. Give the book a title, describe its genre, and give a brief outline, and then list the chapter names. I think it'd be a fantastic way to kind of just get your imagination going if you could list the chapters and see what happens throughout that book. Really straightforward bullet point lists. You don't have to write loads for it, but it'll really get you thinking. Okay, number 16. I do this one with my kids where we create a little mini treasure hunt. So essentially I'll hide something of theirs, a toy or a teddy bear or something like that, and then I'd give them one post-it note, and that post-it note would have a clue on it for them to go and search for another post-it note. Then that would have a clue on it which they'd search for another post-it note. And they'd do about 20 odd post-it notes around the house or maybe in the park or something like that, and then it'd eventually lead to the treasure. So it's a nice fun game, but gets you thinking about being creative with your clues, gets you being a bit imaginative, but fun little activity to do with friends and family. Okay, number 17. These ones are focusing a little bit more on your positive mindset, and some of them might sound really simple, but they're actually quite tricky, and they're quite what's the word? They'll make you feel good as you start to do them a little over and over again, and you'll feel a sense of accomplishment, and it just puts a nice spring in your step. So as you walk past someone, make a conscious effort to say good morning and afternoon to them. Every single person you walk past, smile, say good morning, good afternoon. It passes on a nice bit of positivity, but you'll also hopefully get some back. Make a conscious effort to do this over the week and record your reflections in a diary at the end of the week. I'll be honest with you, some people might not smile back and you might get a bit annoyed at that. But then it just develops those empathy skills as well, because you start thinking about, oh, possibly don't take it to heart that they didn't smile back. So it's a little bit of a different one, a bit more of a mindset focused one, but a nice exercise to practice over a week. Okay, number 18, flipping this round now. Write a letter to yourself 5 years in the past. So the past you. Share with them what you wish you knew then that you know now. Share the differences and similarities in you and your life compared to 5 years ago. Just giving you that chance to reflect where you are today. What advice would you give to the young you from 5 years ago? Really gets you starting to think a little bit. Okay, number 19. Using persuasive and creative writing to write a letter to a bank manager asking for some money to start a business. You'll notice I've not purposely given the amount of money you're going to ask for because I want you to choose how much you think you'd need. Explain in your letter how you know your business will be successful. The main point of this exercise is for you to show that confidence, that salesmanship. If you don't believe in your product, who else will? And it's a case of anything that you do moving forward, you need to be able to sell yourself, sell your ideas, and show that you have enough confidence in yourself. And that just comes with practice, doing it over and over again. So good luck with that one. I can't wait to see what we get with this one. Okay, so number 20. Create a new word and subtly use it in a sentence whilst talking to your friends and family. And when they call you on it, or if they give you a funny look when you've said it over and over again, act surprised when they don't know what it is and see how many people you can convince the word is real. So this is a little bit of a sneaky one. It's a little bit of fun, but it also helps you just to develop your communication skills and a little bit of social engineering as well. So you need to develop that ability to kind of convince people. Like I said, it is a bit of a tricky one, a sneaky one, and a fun one, but see how you go with it. And just in terms of sharing it back, just send me a little document or a write-up of what you did, what was the word, how many people did you trick with it. I'm really looking forward to getting some feedback with this one. Or if you could record a little conversation, like an audio conversation with someone, and send that back, that would be amazing to listen to as well. Okay, 21, the accountability month. So this one, I think as you start to develop and go through your journey, you need your group of 5 people or your circle of people to support each other. I know as my business has grown, there's a lot of people that I get accountability from who keep me on my toes, who keep me trying to improve. So decide on a team activity you have 1 month to achieve. You in this group of 3, 4, or 5. Whether it's running a couple of miles, writing a song, organising a charity event, the topic really doesn't matter. The aim is that you meet every couple of days, or you text each other, or you email each other saying, how have you done that part you were supposed to do? It's you all keeping each other accountable and working as a team to get a job done. And it's not the school asking you to do it. It's not your family asking you to do it. It's you as a group trying to work together to do this. Be prepared to fall out with this one a little bit and come to a compromise, but remember the exercise. It's about you developing these skills to hold each other to account. Okay, number 22. Think about your dream job and or your dream company to work for and search for the most experienced person doing that job. So if you go into Google and search for the manager, the CEO, the top executive in that job, then you should be able to find that person on LinkedIn. So LinkedIn is kind of like Facebook, but for the professional people. And then you'll find on there what their previous jobs were, what their previous education was. If they write posts or articles, they'll give you a real idea of what their journey's been like. So you can learn from them at this really early age. As you get older, you might want to get in touch with them in person on LinkedIn and just strike up a conversation with them and say, can I get some advice? So it's a brilliant tool to start looking at and exploring now, just to get some inspiration and ideas of who are successful people you could follow. Number 23. Think about a role model in your life, whether it's friends, family, if it's a real person, if it's a celebrity, if it's an author, if it's someone who's alive or not alive at the moment. And imagine that you could interview that person. Write a series of interview questions you'd want to ask that person. Do some research to write the answers to those and then send that to me. Or if it's a real person in your life, interview that person and you can send that audio through, or you can send it in a written form. So the final one from my list, list 3 big challenges coming up in the next year. Some of you listening to this might have exams coming up, you might have a driving test coming up, you might have something personal coming up, for example a party that you've got to plan for, a holiday coming up. And this is about developing your planning skills. Write a step-by-step, date-by-date plan. What do you need to have done by a certain date? And then do some research into what a Gantt chart is to help visualize it. And that's just a visual way. It looks like a fun looking chart that helps you to plan out a little bit better. So this one's for the older audience, but it just helps you to start planning certain things. And if there is something weighing on your mind, it's nice to think that you've got a plan in place. So that's my list of 24 suggestions to keep you busy over this holiday period. But again, you can access these whenever you want. I would love to get your feedback in the comments below on this video. Is there anything else I could add? Are there any suggestions you'd give me? And then moving forward, if you could visit the site at the bottom, baasitsiddiqui.com/skills, there'll be a place and a link on there that shows you how to upload your entries. you will get a personal well done message from me. It'll either be in writing, or I may send a couple of video messages as well. And if I'm honest with you, I might get the rest of the family involved just to give a bit of a well done, depending on how good a job you have done. So thank you for listening. Good luck with the Siddiqui Skills challenges. And if it is your holiday right now, I hope you have an amazing one. Thank you.